You wake up, your mouth is dry, your head feels a little fuzzy, and you do what you've been told is the ultimate health hack. You stumble to the kitchen and chug a huge glass of ice-cold water. It feels like you're kickstarting your day, flushing out toxins, and getting a head start on hydration. I did this for years. I thought it was the secret to high energy and peak performance. Then I saw the headlines and the viral videos saying, "Never drink water the moment you wake up." It sent me spinning. One side said drink immediately, the other said it was a huge mistake. I was completely confused, so I spent weeks digging into the actual science, talking to experts, and trying to separate fact from fiction. What I learned was that the truth about morning hydration is much simpler, and frankly, much more liberating than any of the extreme advice suggests. The big shift for me wasn't about some secret timing or temperature. It was a complete change in how I thought about hydration, and it finally gave me the sustained energy I'd been searching for. Stay with me, because we're going to break down the myths and build a morning routine that actually works with your body. First, let's lay out the battlefield. On one side, you have the popular wisdom that drinking water in the morning is crucial, and this part is definitely true. During sleep, your body loses a surprising amount of water, just from breathing and perspiration. The exact amount varies depending on your body, the room temperature, and even if you breathe through your mouth, but it's enough that you wake up in a mildly dehydrated state. Meanwhile, your body is repairing itself, rebalancing hormones, and your brain is clearing out metabolic waste, all jobs that need water. So when you wake up, rehydrating is important. Correcting even mild dehydration can help improve alertness, mood, and concentration. A glass of water can genuinely help clear that morning brain fog. So far, so good. Drinking water in the morning is beneficial. But then comes the other side of the argument, the idea that drinking it the moment you wake up or in a specific way is not just ineffective but actively harmful. This is where the internet explodes with rules. Don't drink it cold. Don't chug it. Wait 20 minutes. Add salt. Don't add salt. It's overwhelming, and most of it is based on exaggerations and misunderstandings of how our bodies actually work. Let's break these myths down one by one. This is where my research got really interesting, because I realized most of these so-called mistakes are based on a kernel of truth that's been blown way out of proportion. This is a classic. The claim is that ice-cold water makes your blood vessels constrict, slows digestion, and forces your body to expend energy to warm it up. And while mechanically your body does have to warm the water to your core temperature, the idea that it's a harmful shock for a healthy person is a huge overstatement. There's very little solid scientific evidence suggesting a glass of cold water is dangerous for most of us. For some people, especially those with a sensitive digestive system, it might feel uncomfortable. And you may have heard that cold water can thicken nasal mucus if you have a cold, an idea that comes from a very old study. But for the average person, it's not causing any real harm. The key takeaway here isn't that cold water is bad. It's that if drinking very cold water makes you feel uncomfortable, listen to your body and go for room temperature or warm water instead. It's a matter of personal comfort, not a universal health law. The logic here seems to make sense. Gulp down a liter of water, your kidneys get overwhelmed and just flush it out, meaning you don't actually absorb it and might even lose electrolytes. This paints a picture of our kidneys being in a constant state of panic. In reality, our kidneys are incredibly sophisticated and resilient. They are designed to constantly regulate fluid and electrolyte balance. When you drink a large glass of water, yes, your kidneys will produce more urine to keep everything in balance. But this doesn't mean the water wasn't used. Your body's tissues still get hydrated. While extremely rapid and excessive water consumption, we're talking many liters in a very short time, can lead to a dangerous condition called hyponatremia. This is very rare for a healthy person drinking a morning glass of water. The real issue is, once again, comfort. Gulping a large amount of water quickly can leave you feeling sloshy and bloated. This trend is everywhere. The idea is that plain water lacks electrolytes, so a pinch of salt helps water get into your cells more effectively. Sodium is indeed critical for hydration. It helps the body hold onto water and is a key ingredient in medical rehydration solutions. However, telling everyone to add salt to their morning water is a problem. Most people in developed countries already get more than enough sodium from their diets. Health organizations generally advise being mindful of sodium intake due to risks associated with high blood pressure. So who might actually need it? An elite athlete who has lost a lot of salt through sweat. Someone working in extreme heat or a person recovering from an illness with vomiting or diarrhea might need extra electrolytes. For the average person waking up in a climate-controlled room, adding salt to your water is usually unnecessary and could be counterproductive to long-term health. This is a conversation for your doctor, not a trend to follow from social media. Okay, we're cutting through a lot of noise here. If this is helping you feel less stressed about your water bottle, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. My goal on this channel is to find clarity in the chaos of health and wellness advice. And I'm genuinely curious. Let me know in the comments. What is the single most confusing or contradictory piece of health advice you've ever heard? After debunking all those rigid rules, I was left with a simple, powerful realization. The real breakthrough wasn't a secret technique. It was a change in mindset. I stopped trying to hack my body with extreme measures and started trying to support it. This led me to 3 simple principles that completely transformed my mornings. Instead of seeing my sleeping body as a broken machine that needed a jolt of ice water to start, I began to see it as a system that was gently waking up. The goal of that first glass of water isn't to force your system into action, but to gently support its natural processes. For me, and for a lot of people, this meant switching from ice-cold water to room temperature or even warm water. Many traditional medicine systems have advocated for warm water for centuries, suggesting it helps relax the gut. While modern clinical evidence on temperature is limited, anecdotally, many people find it more comforting. It feels like a gentle welcome to the day. The point isn't that warm water is magically superior, but that choosing a temperature that feels good to your body is always the right approach. The pressure to chug a full liter before you've even fully opened your eyes is a product of our more is better culture. I ditched that completely. Instead of gulping, I started sipping. I'd have 1 to 2 glasses over 10-15 minutes while I stretched or just looked out the window. This approach has 2 huge benefits. First, it gets rid of that uncomfortable, sloshy feeling. Second, it's a mindful practice. It forces you to slow down for a moment and check in with your body. Is there a major physiological difference in absorption between sipping and chugging for a healthy person? The research doesn't strongly support one over the other for a normal glass of water. But from a practical and psychological standpoint, it turns hydration from a stressful chore into a calm, centering ritual. And that really matters. This was the biggest revelation. I had been placing so much importance on that first glass of water, thinking it held the key to my entire day's energy. But the truth is, your energy and health are determined by your hydration status throughout the entire day, not just the first 10 minutes. Morning hydration is just the first step in a marathon, not the whole race. The goal is to drink water regularly all day long. The National Academies of Sciences, Engineering, and Medicine recommend a total daily fluid intake, from all beverages and foods, of about 15.5 cups for men and 11.5 cups for women. Focusing on consistently hitting that larger goal is way more impactful than obsessing over the timing of your first glass. So what does this look like in practice? It's refreshingly simple. 1. Keep water accessible. The easiest way to build a habit is to remove friction. Keep a glass or a bottle of water by your bed. 2. Drink when it feels right. When you wake up, drink some water. Maybe it's right away. Maybe it's after you've used the restroom. There's no magic window. Just listen to your body. A good starting point is 1 or 2 glasses. 3. Choose your temperature. Go with what feels good. If you love the bracing jolt of cold water and it doesn't upset your stomach, great. If warm water feels more soothing, do that. As many gastroenterologists suggest, including those from the Cleveland Clinic, the specific temperature is less important than the act of hydrating itself. 4. Pair it with coffee. If you're a coffee drinker, try this great habit. Have a glass of water before or with your coffee. And while you may have heard coffee is dehydrating, for most habitual drinkers, the diuretic effect is minimal, and that cup of coffee largely contributes to your daily fluid goals. That's it, no scales, no timers, no salt pinches required. Just a simple, supportive habit. The provocative title, "Never Drink Water the Moment You Wake Up," is the kind of extreme statement that just creates confusion. It's clickbait that hides a much more important and liberating truth. The problem isn't drinking water when you wake up. That's a fantastic habit. The problem is the culture of obsessive biohacking that makes us anxious about a simple, natural act. The real secret I discovered is to stop fighting your body and start supporting it. Stop worrying about the perfect temperature, the perfect timing, or the perfect additives. Instead, focus on gentle, mindful, and consistent hydration. So here is my challenge to you. For 1 week, forget all the complicated rules. Just put a glass of water by your bed. When you wake up, drink it in whatever way feels good to you. Then make a conscious effort to keep sipping water throughout your day. Focus on consistency, not intensity. See how you feel. I have a feeling you'll find that sustained energy isn't locked behind some secret hack. It's found in a simple, steady habit. Thank you for watching. Let me know how your experiment goes, and I'll see you in the next video.